Good morning. This is John from the Springs Mennonite Church. I'm happy to be with you this morning. Here it is, the first Monday of the month of August. Wow, that's amazing. We're closer to Christmas than we were to last New Year's. And before you know it, the winter season will be here and things will be very different. I know around here the days are getting shorter. Temperatures moderating some, maybe not where you are, but here. And I even see a couple of trees that are starting to perhaps change a little bit. In fact, two of them in my yard are already dropping their leaves. And I got so many leaves in my yard, that's not an exciting possibility, I can tell you that. But it is a new month, and it's a new time to think about some of these other scriptures about the Ten Commandments. And the one I want to share today is real simple, and it's real short. It's Exodus chapter 20 and verse 13. It reads this way: "You must not murder." Now I know in the King James it says, "Thou shalt not kill." And there's been a lot of discussion over the years of what the word kill means. Can you kill somebody in self-defense? Can you participate in the military and kill enemies? And so on and so forth. But this passage is clear. The word used here is murder. You must not murder. Period. Now, I know most of you listening to me have never done that. Probably never even contemplated doing it. I can't imagine why someone would do that. I remember hearing Johnny Cash talk about his song about Folsom Prison. And he said he wrote it because he was trying to figure out what would be the most evil reason somebody could kill. And he decided that probably the most evil reason somebody would murder someone was just to watch them die. And I know there's some evil people in this world. I want to call them crazy, but I don't think they're crazy. They're just evil. And they do that. And it's obvious from the news that it happens a lot. But that's not exactly the point of this passage here. See, remember, the Ten Commandments were given to us to guide our behavior and to help us understand who God is. So when he says, do not murder, what does the word murder really mean? Well, obviously it means killing someone with the intention of taking their life away. That's clear. If that's a point of confusion for you, then I probably can't help you very much. But maybe it means a little bit more than that. When we're talking about a God who's loving and caring, probably the opposite of that is a God who is not only unloving and uncaring, but just arbitrarily snuffs people's lives out. Now, even in the law, we have different grades of murder: first, second, third degree, which has to do with intention and how it's done and so on and so forth. But that's really, that's a law issue. That's not a behavior issue. God doesn't want us to do anything that destroys someone else. Murder being the ultimate destroyer because it kills, and the person can no longer live. If he's not repented of his sins, he can't do it then. If he's not made amends for things he's done, he can't do it after that. Even if he's the most gracious person in the world, there are a lot more folks he can't touch because his life is ended. And that's extremely, extremely tragic and wrong. But as I said, most of you listening to me today have probably never contemplated or done that. But what might we have done that's similar? Murder is an action that destroys life. Okay, let me say that again. Murder is an action that destroys life. Well, there are other actions that destroy. destroy life. Unkind words. Research shows clearly that if you raise a kid and tell them they can't do anything, they'll never amount to anything, when they get to be an adult, guess what they think? They can't do anything. You have murdered the spirit, the creative spirit of that little one who grows into an adult. And then research also shows that if that happens to them, they're very likely to do the same thing to their children. And so when the Bible talks about sins are passed down from one generation to the next, this is kind of what it's talking about. To say unkind things about people or gossip. I know you don't gossip. None of us do. It just seems to happen by the other folks. But to say stories. I remember ran into a guy once who said, now I don't want to say anything badly about so-and-so. But, and then he proceeded to do that, as if somehow what he wanted to do and what he did should be disconnected. But they weren't. If you don't want to say something badly about someone, then don't say it. If you don't want to mistreat somebody, then just don't do it. I know anger takes over and we just lose control, but we lose the control. We, you and me, we have the opportunity to make that decision. Nobody makes us get angry. I remember talking to someone who said, that person just makes me so angry. And I said, no, they don't. They looked at me. I said, that person can't make you angry. Only you can make yourself angry. Well, I don't know if the person, quote, got it or not. But the point was clear. We can destroy people. And it happens a lot. And perhaps you are the result of someone who has been destroyed. You know, maybe you're still alive, but you're dead on the inside. And that's not what God wants for you or for me. He doesn't want us to do it, and He doesn't want us to live with it. Now, I'm not a therapist, and I don't want to be, so I'm not going to tell you just do 1, 2, 3 and everything's better. But what I am going to tell you is that that's not what God wants for your life. He doesn't want you to be someone who harms people of any sort, in any place. Out on the sign of our church, we have this last week, have you made God smile today? When we do the things that He wants us to do, when we don't embody murder, when we don't embody destruction, when we don't embody distrust and hurting people, then we make God smile, because this commandment guides our behavior, and it guides us in a direction of love and compassion. So I hope today that if you are one who has done these things, you'll stop. And if you're one on whom these things have been done, you will begin to see God as the changer of that past to make your future very, very different. Well, thanks for listening. Hope you have a wonderful day, wonderful week. If you have a need or a prayer concern, let us know. We'll do whatever we can, as fast as we can, to help meet those needs. God bless you. I'll talk to you again.